Welcome to this week's episode of Listen to Your Coaches. I am your coach, Mike Wilkins, here with Coach Will Morrill, and off camera, the producer, Max Jarrell. This week, we're talking about a whole bunch of crap, right? Talk about UFC Vancouver, Stout Fights, Rocky's fight in Mississippi, the road to who's number one, the upcoming UFC 321 countdown, and maybe some extra stuff in there too. All right, let's get into it. Coach Will, we're going to start with UFC Vancouver. Did you watch any of it on the busiest of busy weekends?
I did watch it, but I watched it a little out of order. That's going to be important when we talk about how, I viewed the fights. And I also watched it after cornering a million fights in a row. So, it was late at night and don't recall everything perfectly. But there are some interesting things that we should discuss about this card. Actually, Max, I'm sorry. I'm going to have us go a little out of order here. Can you start with the first fight of the main event?
The main card, not the main event. The first fight of the main event is Renee DeRitter versus Brendan Allen.
So, Kyle Nelson and Matt Frevola, right? So, I get home, and it seemed like it was too late, but it said that it was still going live. So, I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to watch it from the beginning, as opposed to when they cut them out in separate fights. So I'm scrolling through, it's a million hours, and I get to right here, and it's about to start. I'm like, perfect. I'll start at the main card, and I'll just start getting into it. Did you see this fight?
No.
Okay, so Matt Frevola is just doing what he does, walking forward, crazy pressure, lots of front leg checks / feints, I guess. I don't know, kind of Thai style, interesting style, very entertaining. He's just all forward, right? And he's in my opinion, he's winning the first round. And then Kyle Nelson cracks him, puts him down, hops on top of him. Dude, sit ground and pound. Frevola looks like he's way out of it. And I think it was Dan Miragliotta steps in, 3 seconds left, boom, separates them, right? But it's not how when a fight ends, they'll knee slide in, hit this, push the other guy off. It's not like that. He's just all right, guys. And he stands up and gets away from them. And Nelson is gets up and thinks he wins, goes up to Frevola. He's like, yo, man, great fight, whatever. Frevola thinks he lost. And then Miragliotta is like, what are you guys doing? Get to your corners. And they're like, what? Okay. DC was told, go up and do the interview. All the announcers think it's over. They're showing knockout replays. And then they make them just keep fighting. Yeah, check this out. All right, well, they didn't show that. But either way, when you look at it, there's 3 seconds left on the clock. You can see it in the background from another angle when he stops it. So, luckily, what's this fella's name? Nelson.
Does Dan Miragliotta put out a statement on this?
Not that I know of.
Was he just I fucked up and thought the round was over?
So the UFC addressed it in the middle of it. They got some, official dude or whatever. And they're like, yeah, Dan Miragliotta, just messed up is kind of what it comes down to. Now, luckily, Nelson did win the fight. Although Frevola, very impressive, came back from, basically getting knocked out and put on a decent performance. But Nelson definitely won.
Why are we seeing a trend of
dude,
this?
That's what I'm saying. I was we
just saw it with Jake Matthews.
Yep.
And then there was another one, right?
Well, not only that, but just inconsistencies with other fouls and how they're addressed. Is that a B?
That's a B. That's Barry B. Benson.
All right, we'll get back out there.
From the B movie. That's Jerry Seinfeld's character in the B movie.
I don't think I've seen the B movie.
Good movie. You should watch it.
It's funny how some of these kids' movies are real good. Oh, dude, I know all about bees, bro. I got a whole
pollinators
permaculture garden out there for it. But anyways, yeah, man, inconsistencies. There was that, I think it was Shevchenko's fight or whatever, where someone got a point taken for an eye poke. Or no, it was Kayla Harrison, right? Or grabbing the cage. It was something.
Not recalling.
Max, you'll know.
Yeah, it was Julia Pena got a point deducted immediately off of a foul against Kayla Harrison. I think it was grabbing the fence or something. But it was no warning as soon as it happened. The ref was 1 point, done.
Yeah, exactly. And then other times, people get poked in the eyes 1,000 times, or as another fight that we're going to discuss, get kicked in the nuts, and just nothing happens. So basically, fouling is just legal in MMA now.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Nelson still won. Good for him, but he got robbed of a stoppage. That's what I was going to say. So I start watching it from the beginning, right? And I see the finish, and I'm like, all right, let me get to the next fight. And I just move ahead 7 minutes or something. And they're still fighting. I was like, what? Yeah. And then I go back, and it was so confusing. But anyways, at that point, it had been over long enough. I got to see individual fights. Let's go back up to the top, because then this is the order I watched it in.
Dude. All right, so we're going to go main event?
Yes.
RDR versus Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen, victory.
I was...
was this Okay, so they did complete 4 rounds.
Yes.
Is this correct?
Correct.
And then the 5th round never happened.
Exactly. So I was pretty confident in RDR winning this, right? And first round, he comes out and just dominated grappling, takes the back. He's just like all over Allen. I was like, dude, this is how the whole fight's going to go. And I was telling you beforehand, his like snatch singles were looking like really good. And then every other round, Brendan Allen shook him off the back and just gets in top guard and just stays in guard and is just beating his ass. And DeRitter, instead of trying to stand up, was just trying to play jiu-jitsu. And sometimes that doesn't work in MMA. So, Allen is just crushing him for too many rounds. To be honest, round 4 shouldn't have happened. RDR was done. But like and this is another thing that's going to be a little bit of a ongoing theme. Like they're relying too much on the fighters to give up. Like they're like, "Are you okay? Can you get up?" And he's like barely with it, like forcing himself up. And it's like at a certain point, corners need to stop it, or an official needs to just step in and be like, "Hey man, like you're not going to win this. Like it's not winnable at this point.
Yeah.
Let's just save us the trouble." So I see some of like MMA.
Who stopped this fight? Was this a corner?
Yeah, it was either corner or an official in between 4 and 5, and they're just like, yeah, it's not happening. And DeRitter didn't fight it at all. He was like barely with it. But I see MMA like, or at least on like Instagram or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, RDR's a quitter," and I'm like, I didn't see that. I saw a dude who fought really hard.
Yeah, see, that's the worst.
And like just got exhausted and got beat up.
It's like when you didn't quit.
Right. Right, exactly. And yeah, that's the other thing is they're like, "Oh, he got broken." And I'm like, he like was dead in between 3 and 4 and still went out and fought 4. Like,
yeah.
Like I was impressed with him. Also, I think it's 5 times in the last like 12 months he's made weight and fought. Like that's a lot, that adds up. So
I was thinking about that because he fought Bo Nickel in May and then has fought twice since then.
Right.
Yeah. And Bo hasn't fought.
So I'm still really high on RDR. Where this kind of like really messes up the middleweight division though, because RDR
it super
like,
messes up the middleweight division because Brendan Allen was off a 2-fight losing streak to I'm evolving Fluffy, and now RDR. Now he beats RDR. He beats Vittori and RDR back to back. Dude, I don't know, the whole middleweight division, they just like keep cannibalizing each other instead of like somebody being able to rise to contendership.
I think the worst division for that though is 125. You have all these really talented guys who are out of the rankings keep fighting each other, and they can't get into the rankings. And Pantoja's beat all those dudes. But anyways, yeah, is what it is. On to the next one. Okay, did you see this fight?
I saw like the 3rd round.
Okay, so basically they're scrapping. I forget if it was round 1 or 2. I think it was 1.
The low blow. Weren't there 3 of them?
At least 2. So the first one, Holland was like kind of like, okay, like whatever, let's get back to it. And the second one was like one of those weird skimming knees. Yeah. And like the crowd is like, "Oh no, it didn't hit him." And Malat's like, "No, I hit him up here. I was trying to hit him up here," whatever. And like everyone's turning on Kevin Holland. Again, it's one of those things where like I've seen like people on Instagram and stuff like talking about, "Oh, Holland just wanted to weigh out. He just wanted to collect a paycheck, but he didn't want to take the loss, like blah, blah, whatever." I'm like, I think he was legit hurt, dude. Like, he just got crushed in the nuts. So he takes the entire 5 minutes plus some because he's like milking it and people coming in and whatever.
I heard more about this. Did you listen to Jack Slack this week?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He didn't run one of his puns, but I thought for sure he's going to be like, "Oi, oi, it's your boy, Jack Slack, the protector of Kevin Holland's nutsack." With more protection than Kevin Holland's nutsack. Oi, oi, it's your boy. Yeah, but instead he was like, "This fight card isn't worth a pun." He was like, "Oi, oi, it's your boy. This fight card's not worth a pun."
Yeah, I know we don't really have guests on too much, but he's the number one dream guest.
You said that, yeah. You're dude, like, yeah, dude.
I love that guy. Anyways, other than that, it was a pretty uninspiring fight. Malat looked like good, but just like kind of basic. And then Colin just looked like his nuts hurt the whole time. Yeah. But made it through. So again, I don't know like what to do about like judging or officials and whatever. Because I think they told him, Max,
what are you gonna do?
Well, so they told him, they're like, "Hey, can you continue?" And if not, I think they said it was going to be
a no contest.
I swear he said in the moment it was going to be a DQ loss.
Why would it be a DQ loss?
Exactly.
Why?
Did you hear that, or am I making that up?
Are there different rules there?
Well, let's not assume that's the truth because I might be making it up.
Quite possibly. Typically, If a fight can't continue due to an incidental foul, then it's a no contest.
Yeah.
If a fight can't continue due to an intentional foul, then the fight is a disqualification. So therefore, whatever you thought that foul was, if the fight continues, then that foul was point worthy. And they didn't take a point away.
And that's the other thing. Yeah. It was the second one in like 30 seconds. No point taken. Ref goes up to Malott and is like, hey, man, like, try not to do that again. So, like, again, MMA, cheating is just legal. If I were
Is that cheating? Is it cheating?
I guess maybe it's not intentional, but like, yeah, I guess it is. Regardless, like, it's an illegal strike. And it had an effect, and there's no consequences.
But like we see, like when both people kick at the same time, right? Or like, so was it cheating when Tim kicked that guy in the head? See what I'm saying? The kid ducked into it. So it's like, I threw a legal strike and it landed illegally.
Right. Okay. Maybe
let me rephrase. So I do think that there are
fouls.
So I don't think that every foul is cheating.
Correct. Okay, let me rephrase. Fouls are legal in MMA. And if I was Holland's coach, if I was Bob Perez in the corner, I'd be like, dude, you need more time. Poke him in the eye. Because then you're going to get your time.
No, you wouldn't do that.
I might, dude. Holland looked hurt.
No, you wouldn't. Well, if I was in the corner with you, I would not allow that to happen.
Maybe I'm being a little facetious here. But yeah, dude, they just like don't enforce the rules, which I find bothersome. But anyways, on to the next one.
Didn't see it.
Not really worth talking about, dude.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't really inspiring.
Uninspiring.
Okay. Is there any other fight on this card that is worth talking about?
Go down. I think there was...
the Charles Jourdain flying knees to guillotine.
That was sick. Dude, Jourdain looks really good, and I think this is his first fight at bantamweight. I think he's going to be like legit at bantamweight. He said, I think, if I'm correct, they said that he didn't cut any weight to make featherweight. And he's really talented, had some really well-timed knees. I think Grant has never been finished before, so like that's pretty impressive. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of all there is to it. On to the next one. I don't think we got to talk about anything else. Fun card from what I saw. Again, I was basically falling asleep. Oh yeah, I didn't see this fight, but I heard that he looked good. Our Dutch buddy there.
Poetan's guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he beat
Bakov.
All right, so the only other thing I got on this card, I have two things about this card. Number one, get this out of the way. Let's talk fantasy MMA. So we now have 7 people in our fantasy MMA league. All right, we offered it out there last week. Prior to this, it was 4 of us. Originally, it was the 3 of us, and then I got Danny in it last week, and then we put it out there like, hey, if you want in, hit me with this secret code, and then we'll put you in. So we added 3 more. The new additions were PJ Walter, Brian Mitchell, and Vince Mang. So all the contestants, us 3, Danny Jones, and then the 3 that I just mentioned. So this week I was your champion.
Killed it.
Dominant performance, 466 points. PJ in his debut comes in second with 396. Will, you were not confident, right? In your picks. You were not confident. You said that this was a difficult one, but you came in third with 347. Danny in fourth with 304. Max, fifth place with 276. Brian, sixth place with 217. And Vince in seventh place with 0 points.
Oh, Vince.
If you're interested in getting in that, hit me with the DM. This week, the DM would be I want in with the monkey covering his eyes emoji. That'll be the DM, and you can receive a secret invitation to the DraftKings. You need the DraftKings Fantasy app that is separate than the Sportsbook app. However, if you operate through DraftKings Sportsbook, same login works for both.
So also, if you guys are like, I don't know if I'm going to be any good at it, just know you'll still beat Vince. So
yeah. Can't do worse than 0. Who's the best Canadian fighter in the UFC
ever? GSP?
Right now?
Oh, currently.
Yeah. Who's the best active Canadian fighter?
Oh, I have no idea. Are there any champs?
No, and I don't know I don't know the answer to this. That's what I'm asking. So before pod, we were talking, and Max has some opinions on Mike, Mallet, Malott, whatever. Just says he's garbage can, trash bag. But like, you know, that on these Canadian cards, they try to push him so hard, and it's just like not landing.
Yeah.
You know, who's flying the flag for Canada right now?
I don't know.
Who's the highest ranked Canadian fighter across the board?
I think the highest ranked right now is Eamon Zahabi.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What's he ranked?
That's a good question. He's ranked
12th
as of right now, 8 or 9.
He just
9.
beat
So-
Cheeto.
You're telling me Canada only has one top 10 ranked fighter?
Actually, no, that's not true. So there's one more Canadian fighter ranked number 5. It's Jasmine Jastavidicus, who just got knocked out.
Okay.
But she's coming off a stoppage loss, obviously. I mean, Charles Jourdain is up there. I think that like,
Oh yeah, Jourdain. I think he's the best. He's probably not highest ranked, but I think he's probably the best.
who would they rally behind? I don't think it's going to be Jastavidicus. I don't think it's going to be Zahabi. I'm guessing it would either be Malat or Jourdain that they're going to like rally behind.
I feel like Jourdain, although only 29, it's kind of like been through. Like he would need like an Oliveira type resurgence.
But I think he will. He's in a new weight class. He looks good.
This is his second time at bantamweight, and he's 2-0 with 2 submissions now.
Okay.
So like he's definitely doing something right.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it. All right, let's move on to our next bullet point: Stout Fights.
Yeah, let's get into it. Can you pull up either the card or like whatever, so I keep it in order? So we had a million fighters, right? I think we had 8 guys. One of the fights fell through. We're gonna have 9. Actually, 2 fights fell through in the last like week. We were gonna have 10 guys, but only 8. A little more manageable, dude. I get there and I'm just wrapping hands. I wrapped so many hands that by the end of it, the skin on my finger just ripped off from the tape. War tape. It's legit. But let's get into the actual fight. So first fight of the night.
Oh, Tyler Fleming.
Tyler Fleming. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to watch this one because I was in the back wrapping hands furiously. But luckily, Max saw the whole thing because he was in the corner. And from what I hear,
Are you cornered?
Yeah, him and
You
Jonas.
and Jonas cornered. Nice.
From what I understand, gritty performance, ate like a bunch of head kicks and just kept going forward. And won was it unanimous or split decision?
It was a split decision.
Yeah. So,
All right, Max, give it to us. What are your thoughts on that fight? You were in the corner.
Yeah, I thought I did think Tyler lost the first round. Like we kind of addressed after the first round, it became clear that the kid was just going to kind of back up and look to sling like a wild head kick around the side. Tyler was obviously doing a good job getting into the clinch. That's where we wanted him to get to. He wasn't doing as great a job early on at creating space and finding knees as we wanted. He was kind of clinching up and wearing on the guy, which, you know, I told him, I was like, dude, wear on him in the clinch. But after the first and second round, we were like, all right, now we need to start doing more damage in there, right?
Was he getting some elbows off?
So in the first and second round, it was very much like clinch, just kind of over, under, wearing on him. And after the second round, we were like, Jonas was giving him some good advice in between rounds. And right as the round ended, I was like, listen, I think you won the second round. I really don't know, though. Every time you get in the clinch right there, I need you to knee his fucking guts out, and I need you to start planting elbows on the break.
Yeah.
Tyler, to his credit, did a great job adapting in the late second and then the rest of the third round. He started catching any kicks that he could reach, like going to the body and just running the guy over, and then closing up distance. And then he started creating space, finding the chin, looking for those knees, and he started landing some elbows in the clinch as well, which I think the third round was the most definitive for him. I definitely think that's probably what won him the fight in the end.
That's awesome.
Okay,
So I was happy for him.
Actually, 2 things that are important about this card to note. One, I believe this is the first set of fights in PA with the new rule set. So everyone had elbows, whether they're advanced amies or novice, which that's like just necessary. Like they were calling it Muay Thai, but it was just like weird kickboxing before. And now it's like still not real Muay Thai, but it's closer. And then the other thing that I think is important to note here, and it's going to be different for different fighters, but due to some miscommunications, they were under the impression weigh-ins were going to be at 10 a.m. And that had a big part of like our strategy and how much weight certain guys cut and whatever. Turns out the weigh-ins were 3:30.
Now, when did you hear the weigh-ins were at 10 a.m.?
Months ago.
Okay, so it's like 10 a.m. weigh-in, like when you accept the fight.
Right, and that's what we planned on. And now it's 3:30. Now some guys we're just like, hey, let's just do 5 pounds up so everyone can like go and, you know, like rehydrate and whatever. Not every fight was like that though.
Was everybody there?
At 10, yeah.
Why didn't everybody just weigh in and watch their opponent weigh in? And then be like, all right, now we're 5 pounds. Yeah, then be like, okay, now 5 pounds up.
I don't know, dude.
I mean, that's what I mean, like, if you like, you know, if you're like, hey, I agreed to make weight at, we were under the assumption we were going to weigh 155 at 10 a.m. Let's do it. Let's weigh 155 at 10 a.m.
Hey, man, I don't know the rules, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so I'm really glad that Tyler got some of those elbows off, because that, like, to me, that's a really important part of, you know, like this card is getting to show that. So
especially just.
So are you saying the weight affected, the later weigh-in affected this fight?
I don't know about this fight, but I just, that is important and that's going to come up.
Okay. All right.
One thing I want to say about Tyler's fight, specifically with the elbows, to his credit, he actually didn't know that elbows were going to be legal until like the day of.
What? I talked about it in practice. Well, maybe he wasn't. I don't know.
I don't think he was there a lot of those times. I know he most of his camp he was doing up in Zealy.
Yeah.
And he said to me, like, as I was getting them wrapped up and everything, Jonas, who wasn't familiar with the rules, basically he just said, like, off the cuff, he was like, yeah, I can only elbow to the body. And I kind of looked at him and I was like, I don't think that's how the rest of these fights are going. And then the rules meeting happened. And so he found out he had elbows about an hour or two before he actually fought. And he was able to use them in the end to win. So he still has a familiarity with how to find them and the systems, which was good to see.
That's good. All right, next.
All right, next fight, Anthony Hill. So this was his debut, right? In, you know, all of combat sports. Again, one of those ones, I didn't see the whole fight. I did see the end. But from what I was told, dominant first round, didn't lose a second of it, right? Second round, he gets hit with a right hand, goes down. Right in that moment, that's when I ran from the back. I just finished wrapping Donahue's hands. I see him like standing up, getting 8 counted, and I'm like, yo, Britt, what happened? And she was like, yeah, he got dropped, like kind of bad. Like maybe they would have like stopped it in like another case. But I think because he was dominant in the first, they're like, oh yeah, let's give him a chance. And then boom, boom, 8-3-2, goes down. You know, it's the fight game, man. Like sometimes you're winning and you get caught. But Anthony will be back. He put in a ton of hard work for this. He's one of those guys who, so for people who might not be like familiar, and Max kind of like alluded to it, we have all these different gyms, right? And like each one kind of has its own sort of like, we're all one team, but like it's just how it is. Like you have different like groups of people who train together. And he started out in I think Bridgeville or whatever, and then you know, Zach brought him into like my advanced classes in the Strip, and I was basically told Zach, I was like, hey man, I don't really think he's ready. And Anthony just like rose to the occasion and just got better super fast. So like, I'm really proud of him for this performance. He'll be back. He was already back in the gym training on Sunday in Max's class. So he's about that life, and yeah, we'll run it back.
Crazy. Awesome.
Next fight. Just do our guys. Yeah, they're essentially our guys. PJ, one of Cody's guys, and LJ, who's a React guy. Dude, it was a wild fight, bro. It was just like, it was like a cartoon scrap, bro. It was awesome.
Well, PJ, Pittsburgh native, you know.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, he's from Wilkinsburg.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, anyways, congrats to both of them. PJ got the decision, but dude, super fun fight. And I know that LJ is just like fired up about the experience, so good for both of them. All right, Lath, dude, same sort of thing. Dominant first round. Not same sort of thing, but he had a dominant first round. He caught a million kicks, got some sweeps. The second and third round were like pretty close. So, you know, I'm not like mad at any decision. He ended up losing it was unanimous, yeah. But it was like super, super close. He was composed the whole time. He listened well the whole time. Everything you can ask for, again, other than getting the W. So super proud of him. Also, shout out to Lath's dad. He's the man.
Yeah?
Yeah, super cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, same thing. Lath will be back soon. Dude, Akshat. All right.
Akshat.
So, first round, it's just like an insane pace. They're getting after it. And he like semi-slipped, got cracked, and like on the way down, the dude's following up. And Chip took his time getting to like break it. I was like a little concerned for a second, like, yo, maybe he gets hurt, like getting hit like on his knee and whatever. He gets 8 counted in the first, stands right back up, totally fine, and like goes on to win the rest of the round. Akshat got 8 counted. And then he goes on. I don't think he was like really hurt. He was like partially slipping, but I like wasn't sure in the moment. And like I'm obviously like very concerned for like my guys. So I'm like, oh, is he all right? He gets up and just like kills it for the rest of the round. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I think it's who knows what the judges are doing or like how the rules are enforced or whatever. But from my understanding, if it's a 8 count, that's automatically a 10-8 round. But like, he went and won the rest of it.
Unless you 8 count them back.
Well, he didn't, unfortunately. Until the second round, where he lands a mean knee, dude. Super mean knee. Kid goes down, and Akshat is just like ready to get back on him. Comes out immediately. I forget if he feigned high or whatever. 2 to the body. Kid goes down again. He's not getting up this time.
Yeah.
Super sick. Dude, just like last time, he's super fired up. And he runs back to the corner, and he's like, I don't even remember what I hit him with. And I was like, a 2 to the body. And he was like, I remember that, but the first time. And I was like, dude, it was a knee. And he was just like elated. Great post-fight speech again. Just like,
yeah,
he's about it, dude. It's just like his energy is infectious. He's so talented. We've got some injuries we've got to like, work on getting through with him. But dude, I can't wait for him to fight again. He's so good.
Dude, I don't know if you could properly get a feel for it being up there in the corner. But like that description like just doesn't do it justice. Aside from him getting like dropped and kind of ground and pounded, which was weird.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
Oh, he was like on like one, maybe both. He was on like a knee in both hands, and the guy was hitting him, and we were just like, "Yo, Chip, like, come on, man, help him out,"
Yeah.
But aside from that, Akshat was like flowing for those first 2 rounds, and he lit that place on fire.
Yeah,
like
it was.
That's
electric.
awesome.
It felt like he was like it felt like how the gym shows up for guys like Lucas and Britt. It felt like that. It was like he is the hometown hero right now.
Yeah,
dude, it was.
That's the other thing. This venue was sick.
Oh, for real?
It was like a ballroom, like in a hotel vibe. It was obviously in a cathedral.
Did you eat any of the food?
I did not. I didn't get a
Because
chance to.
I saw the menu,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Damn, dude, I'm not going to be there."
Yeah, it looked fire, dude. And that's the thing too, is like they had like everyone who was like doing their job, like working it, was killing it, and like it just ran so well.
Okay,
at least from my perspective, I was obviously in a very limited role there, just like running back and forth. But like how like some hotels will have like a big ballroom, right?
Yeah.
It was like that, and it was big enough that like it felt kind of expansive, but it was small enough that the crowd was just like packed and like
nice,
like so much energy. It was so sick. But anyways,
he like this. It set the tone. The rest of the night, like every fight going forward, had a different energy, and it was. I think a lot of it was attributed to Akshat. Like
just turn it on,
dude. He lit that place on fire. It was crazy.
Also, just so you know, like what a step up in like craziness it was. Like LJ's fight was nuts, and then Lath's fight was really good. And Dan Bogan gets in the ring. He's like, "Dude, I think that's fight of the night right there." And then this is the next fight. Yeah. And let's go to the next fight. So next up is Javi, brother. Javi comes out, long stance, he's bouncing around. This is a great time to talk about like kind of how I differentiate between Muay Thai and striking, right? I teach striking. Muay Thai is the sport that we just happen to do. You know what I mean? In the same way, I think it's kind of similar. It's like that you teach grappling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, maybe you don't think of it this way, but like it's just like the sport that happens to be around it.
Oh,
you could also go and do catch wrestling.
Yeah,
you could also go.
Well, I would need to understand the rules of catch wrestling.
But what I'm saying is like all these different.
I have grappling capabilities that I can adapt to that rule set.
Or even within like jiu-jitsu, they have different rule sets and stuff. It's kind of the same thing. Muay Thai just happens to be the rule set that we fight within, but we are strikers, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge advantage because I think a lot of people train for Muay Thai. They train for the rule set and they train like a Muay Thai like style. And like our guys don't have a style because they're all different. And I train them all to like, work their, like strengths and like stay away from their weaknesses. So like Javi's out there, long stance, looks kind of karate-ish, you know what I mean? And he just like starts going and going and going and going. He backs this kid up. He's just crushing teeps and knees to the body, and he's hitting like shot killer style flying knees into the body.
Shit.
Perfect placement, like right here. And dude, this kid was good too. Like he was hitting some good low kicks. He like had a good stance. You could tell he's like trained well.
Yeah.
And Javi just put it on him. The kid was tough too.
So sick.
And then like I don't even know how long it was in. Like a minute into the round, he just hit him with some like mean body shots, and the dude just goes down and can't get up.
First round?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
So another first round body shot KO. Super
I'm going to be
sick.
very careful with my praise of Javi because just in case like future opponents or potential opponents, like I just like
yeah, you don't want them to be too afraid and he just can't get fights.
Yeah.
But like he looked good.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Another thing to note about Javi, this was just like a side quest for him, right? He's primarily a grappler. and he's grappling this weekend.
Well, I would say he's primarily an MMA fighter,
but fair enough.
but he comes from a grappling base, right? He's a very good wrestler. He's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and he has a match this Friday.
Yeah, dude.
On Who's Number One, which is, top 2 biggest shows in jiu-jitsu. Biggest super fight shows in jiu-jitsu. So, yeah.
Yeah, hit a little side quest.
Come check Hobby out. If you enjoyed his Muay Thai fight, let's come watch his grappling match. North Versailles, Pennsylvania, for Flow Grappling's Who's Number One. You can watch it live on Flow Grappling, or you can come in person. And if you use promo code RODELA, RODELA, you get 15% off your tickets.
Sounds like a win-win right there.
There you go.
So congrats to Hobby. All right, next up, dude. Okay, so again, up until now, every fight is fight of the night, right? This is
they
one
got
of the
headgears on. This is sick.
Advanced rules, super sick. So this is one of the fights where the opponent did not agree to the 5-pound weight cut. And Hugo's one of the guys where I very specifically accepted certain weights, and we'd planned on him making weight at 10 a.m. And instead he's got to stay sucked out until 3:30. So that's just like a big hurdle that he had to overcome. If you've never cut weight before and you've never been sucked out and expected to then be able to hydrate again and
then
have to wait,
tell you 5.5 hours.
Yeah, just trust me, it's worse than you think. And Hugo was just super tough throughout the whole day with the whole weight cuts thing and the fight and everything. So, they get in the ring, and you know how sometimes okay, so go back to the initial picture real quick of his opponent. You know how sometimes doesn't that dude look like he could be in action movies or something?
Yeah.
Sometimes when people look too I don't know, handsome or whatever, I'm just like, man, that guy can't fight. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, man, Hugo's gonna whoop this dude's ass. This dude comes out and his Muay Thai is nice.
Yeah.
He's got
if he's
switches and everything.
Split decision over Hugo, he must be super good.
Dude, hell yeah. And okay, the other thing is he came in 1-3. I didn't even look at any of his fights.
What?
I was like, yeah, of course we'll take that fight. And afterwards, his coach, he's an Indio dude, so I know the coaches and whatever.
Yeah.
We're all in the ring. I'm like, dude, great fight, blah, blah, whatever. And they were like, yeah, we're gonna get him working hard and down to his real weight. I was like, what? How is this kid 1-3? He's a monster.
Where's he losing?
I don't know. But anyways, so they get out there and dude, start to finish. Also, the other thing about advanced rules is it's 3-minute rounds. So this is 9 minutes straight of just nonstop action.
Oh my!
And Hugo was exhausted within 30 seconds and just kept walking forward and just kept putting it on. And basically, the story of this fight is this kid being on the outside, hitting slick feints and hit some nice kicks and all that kind of stuff. And Hugo just going forward and just mauling in the clinch. This kid had a couple really good spin elbows out of the clinch as well. And dude, it was just nonstop action. This was the fight that everyone was like, yo, fight of the year. This was crazy.
Yeah, in the group chat, I was hearing about it.
Yeah, went nuts. Round 1, Hugo, I believe, lost pretty handily. And then the second and third were pretty close. It was hard to tell because I do believe that Hugo probably did more damage walking forward and landing. And then this kid would, he would land 3 or 4 decent shots. And then this kid would land one good shot, not 3 or 4 worth, but Hugo just looked so tired, and body language wise he didn't look as good, so I think it's kind of easy to misconstrue what's going on. No problem with this kid taking the win though. It was very close, and it was just an insane fight. So whenever the fights come out and I make some highlight videos of it, you're gonna see
this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, dude, they're all good. But anyways, awesome fight. On to the next one. All right, Zach, dude. So Zach is super athletic, right? And he's just moving around, sticking teeps at the perfect time. I shouldn't even talk about how athletic he is because his timing was insane. He kept hitting teeps when the kid was moving or throwing a kick or whatever and dropping him there. Obviously, he gets in the clinch and he's just tossing him left and right. In fact, he tossed him so hard the Chip was like, yo, those are illegal. And I was like, I don't think so, man. And Muay Thai is weird because technically you have to use your shin and kick out the leg, but they're making a big I don't know, they're making a big push in the States. They're like, oh, we're doing this Thai style and everything has to be with the shin and whatever. And I'm like, that's funny because if you watch fights in stadiums, they're all hitting regular sweeps with that side of the foot and whatever. And it makes no sense to me. But anyways, he's hitting totally legal sweeps. The other kid's trying to sweep him back in exactly the same way. And sometimes Zach would just go a little too hard, I guess. And Chip would be like, yo, you can't do that. He has one where he like falls on the guy because the guy like pulled him down. And Chip was like, I'm taking a point.
Yeah.
Made no difference. Zach dominated. He might have even got an 8 count in here at some point. But yeah, dominant finish, or win rather. And again, it's going to be a really sick one to make a highlight video of. So congrats to Zach. And that takes us to the main event. So Donahue, right? He's just like, he's the boogeyman of the gym, right? He's such a monster. He's unreal. He goes out round 1 and he's just destroying Lurk's lead leg. Like you can tell Lurk is hurting bad, and he eventually switches stances and did round 2 and 3 from southpaw. So like dominant first round for Josh. He even dropped him with a low kick, right? Chip must have counted as a sweep because there was no count. I'd have to watch it back to like know for sure, but dominant first round. 2 and 3 is mostly Lurk just like staying southpaw to protect his leg and just moving forward, trying to clinch and smush Josh against the ropes. And in the clinch, Josh was landing the better elbows and strikes. Spent a little time, back up against the ropes, just being stuck there. But like Lurk didn't really do much, right? And it was 2 rounds of exactly that. And on the outside, Donahue was winning there too. So like I could make an argument that maybe Lurk won one of those rounds, but like probably Josh won all of them. They're, reading the scores and they're like 29-28 blue. I was like, what? And then Lurk wins split decision. So we're in the case. And also like for anyone who doesn't know, Lurk's one of Cody's guys. We're like all, friends and everything. I go up to Lurk. I was like, hey man, congrats. And Lurk just looks at me. He goes, yeah, dude, I'm not sure about that. And I was like, look, dude, enjoy it. Like the judges gave it to you. It is what it is. And he was like, yeah, I don't know though. We get out of the ring. We walk around. Cody's standing in the corner there. And he was like, yo, motherfucker, we didn't win that one. And I was like, yeah, is what it is. And then later, someone who, I don't want to give up anything up, someone who perhaps works for the state and will remain unnamed, was like, yeah, I don't know what they were watching. Like, like it was very clearly a robbery. So, is what it is. It's unfortunate. Josh has been on the shit end of the stick a couple times here and some decisions, but like, is what it is. He's still a monster. We all know he's a monster.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah. So overall, super successful Stout Fights. The environment was insane. The fights were nuts and just kept getting better and better. Like you said, the food was awesome. We debuted the Miami Vice hoodies.
Oh yeah.
All things good, dude.
Miami
all
Vice
things
hoodies.
good.
Are there any left?
I think there are, yeah, but like they were moving.
Yeah, good. All right, well that's cool. Good Stout Fights.
Yeah.
Let's jump into my weekend. So I went to Mississippi with Rocky. Mm-hmm. Rocky had a pro boxing bout down there. That's like Rocky's, I don't know, like 80 something.
Yeah.
Pro fight in many different formats. Most of them MMA. I would say probably like over 60 of them MMA. Handful of bare knuckle, some pancration in there as well. So we got on the Mississippi, for this boxing match. See some of the homies down there. Brandon Jackman, he was down there with some of his guys. He fought as well, and he looked freaking phenomenal. Super slick boxing. And he had a boxing match as well. There were some MMA fights on the card. It was like a mixed card. It was in a ring, and dude, the level of some of this MMA down there, like the grappling, what I do gotta say, like they could box. Like, they could box down there. That's for sure. Their ground games though, left a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
Like some things were like to the point where I'm like, you wouldn't even be on the team yet.
Right.
Yeah. Type of thing. But we'll get to Rocky's fight. So I was cornering Rocky with his brother. And in the first round, this was originally supposed to be a bare knuckle boxing match, right? Which is more so up Rocky's alley. If you watch his last 2 bare knuckle boxing fights, he fought some really high level guys. So UFC veterans. Yeah. Right? And like, I believe his last fight, he lost, but like, did he? Type of thing. So like, like bare knuckle boxing, that small ring, clinching. and the clinching and what, a bare fist does compared to a glove as well. And I think, I think we should maybe talk about that too. Like a glove hides a lot of the damage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's it. And it kind of disperses it. So like, I feel like gloves, like you get like wrung, your brain gets wrung more. Yes. Whereas in bare knuckle, you don't get rung as much, and the vision is way more visible. You know,
I think
that's going to come into play.
I think the brain like impact is fairly similar between them, and you can make arguments about more mass versus more speed and whatever.
Well, just from people who have fought it, what they say,
right?
They say they like when you get like you like get that like
yeah.
Right,
But the superficial damage is insane with like, the bare fist.
Bare knuckle is a lot more painful,
right? Yeah.
But like there's like something to it, and I'm not like lauding one over the other. I'm just I'm explaining some differences that I'm seeing, right? And it's like in bare knuckle, right? Like you see the damage, so it's like easier to be like, okay, this is enough, you know, type of thing. So Rocky goes in. The whole camp was bare knuckle. The promoter has some rival promoters kind of pulled the rug out from under him. He went through like all the steps needed for this to be a bare knuckle boxing match, and I guess a rival promoter who wanted to do bare knuckle like 2 years ago, like contested it with the state. Like, you won't let me do it. And it's like, well, at some point they got to let somebody do it.
Right,
if they start making like ways to do it, right? Like he had to like up his insurance policy, like provide certain amount of things and like things like that. But whatever, it got to keep the fight on. It got switched to a boxing match. So we're out there. Rocky pressure forward right away, because that was the plan in the bare knuckle. He pressures forward, lands some good shots. You know, getting into like kind of like in tight clinch positions, landing uppercuts on the inside, like lifting the head here and there. They break out into some separation. We're talking late first round now, and Rocky gets cracked with a right, and he is just like, you know, when you see someone like basically like. He kind of goes stiff.
Right, the body like shuts off for a second.
Yeah, the body like shuts off, but not like a full, like a crumble. Right, the body like it was like he was trying to catch his feet, and it was like I can't move my arms.
Yeah,
like my arms are frozen.
I believe it's called the fencer's reflex or something. Yeah, when you get knocked out and your arms straighten. Right,
so he was like kind of like that, and then while he was like that, he gets hit with another right, and that puts him down. Right. He answers the count, right? And in this moment, I'm like, this should be done. Like, I was like, this fight should be stopped. You know what I mean? And his brother just grabs the towel off my neck and throws it in. And I'm like, dude, great call.
Yeah.
Great call. Probably should have been stopped. Rocky, you know, understandably disagrees. He's like, oh man, he's like, you know, that's what boxing is. I get this time. Right. He's like, I was back, you know?
But dude, that's exactly what we talked about earlier, is like, you can't leave the fighter in charge of when they've had enough, because like we've all been there. Like, fighters are too tough for their own good, right? Like, I'm not even like a tough guy in like the fight like world, you know what I mean? And like, I've had like surgeries because of just like, oh, I can just push through it, you know what I mean? Like you can't rely on them. Rocky will go until he dies, you know what I mean? So like, that was super responsible of you guys to stop that.
Yeah, I mean, the credit goes to his brother, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was there, like I was wavering,
right?
You know, because this would be my first time throwing in a towel, right? You know, and however many fights I've cornered, probably like got to be getting close to like 500 or so. You know, maybe that's a little much, maybe like 300. But like, you know, I've never thrown a towel in,
right?
You know what I mean? And like, I was like, oh, like I was like, this fight should be stopped. I think, you know what? I think like I was kind of seeing, I don't know what I was doing, to be honest with you, but I think what was going through my head is I was going to see what the ref was going to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And whenever like he gave him like the wipe.
Yeah.
Meaning like, okay, we're going again.
Right.
Then
you make your determination. Yeah. You're just collecting all the data you can get.
And his brother just was like on it. He was like, nope, we're done right now. Threw it in. Which I do think was the right call in this scenario, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, we had our time. It was my first time in Mississippi. Some travel to get there, man. We flew, which was cool.
Yeah.
So like we flew from Pittsburgh to Raleigh to Nashville to, I don't know how to say it. It's like Tupelo.
Yeah.
Tupelo.
Okay.
Nashville to Tupelo, and then drove from Tupelo to Starksville.
Damn,
right?
Dude. Dude. Yeah, I didn't realize you did all that. You could have driven faster.
Yeah. Well, actually, so I'll get to that. So left at 7:20 a.m. and got there at like noon, but plus an hour because we went back an hour, time change. So like basically like I'm at the airport at 5 a.m. and then we're at the hotel at like 1 p.m. Call it 2 p.m.
Right.
So whatever, that's what, 9 hours, you know? So that was faster.
Yeah.
than driving. Driving would have been it would have been a 12-hour drive, and then factor in some stops.
Yeah, of course.
So call it like a 12.5-hour drive.
Yeah.
So that was faster. But the way home, we went Starksville to Tupelo, Tupelo to Nashville, Nashville to Chicago, Chicago to Pittsburgh, right? So that one though, that was like a 16-hour.
Oh, dude, that's
where
brutal.
I'm like, yo, we would have got home 4 hours sooner had we just drove,
Bro, you could have made it to Asia in that time.
bro. Right? Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. Like that's how you get to places like that, I guess.
Yeah.
You know? All right. So some other events that we had the Road to Who's Number One. 247 Fighting Championships presents the Road to Who's Number One.
Which, keep in mind, all of these events are everything we've talked
This
about.
is all
UFC
going on simultaneously.
Stout Fights, Rocky's fight, and Who's Number One. Literally all at the same time.
247's Road to Who's Number One. I don't want to get it confused.
Yeah, sorry.
Because like when I was doing announcements, like, hey, like here goes what we got going on this weekend and stuff. People were so confused with Road to Who's Number One and Who's Number One.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, like Road to Who's Number One, important. Not as important as Who's Number One.
It's like Contender Series versus UFC.
Right, yeah. So we had 5 athletes competing at 247's Road to Who's Number One. We had 2 in the 8-man bracket, in which the winner would then get a spot in the main event of Who's Number One. And then we had 3 others with super fights on the card. Yeah, 3. Yeah. Okay, so started off Tanner Hall and Alex Hudick are in the bracket. So they start with the bracket, so then they can do some super fights to get those guys some rest before they move to the next round.
Right.
And then super fights again to give them rest to get to the finals. So Tanner's first match of the night, he's going against a guy who definitely appeared to be a wrestler because he double-legged Tanner. Damian Lascola of Railroad City Jiu-Jitsu. And the kid double-legged Tanner heel hooked him. You know, it was like relatively like I think it was like probably like a minute 40 in that match. And then Alex was the 4th match because he was the bottom side of the bracket, and he went against good friend of ours, and someone who I think is a tremendous
really good
athlete. Jake Lowry. And Alex ended up getting a triangle choke on Jake about 2:30 in there. So both Tanner and Alex move on to the semis. That then brings us to Erica Amoroso. She had a match with Isabella Klink of 36 Chambers. Shout out to 36 Chambers. My niece trains there. My niece Cadence Jones trains at that gym.
Are they big Wu-Tang fans?
They are.
That's sick.
Yeah, they sure as hell are.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. I know. I went and did a seminar. I went and participated in a J-Flow seminar out there. So shout out to those guys. Love them. They're awesome. Like I said, my niece trains there.
Yeah.
So really pumped about that. Erica, she was able to, she struggled with a little bit of knee shield half guard. Was able to change the position to headquarters. Eventually went over like mixer style, got the pass, went to her preferred side, gift wrap, back take, and ended up finishing with a rear naked strangle victory. So congrats to her. Just right after it, she'll be competing again at the ADCC Orlando Open, which is the day before East Coast Trials, in which we'll have Claire and Vince and hopefully some other people competing on. Then that brings us to Ethan Patton, little squirrely kid. 247 posts an Instagram. 247 posts an Instagram looking for a 145-pound blue belt for a match this weekend. This was like maybe like Thursday or Friday. It was Thursday because I was home for it. So it was 2 days out. So I messaged Ethan. I'm like, yo, they're looking for this. And he's like, do you know who the opponent is? So I hit up on her. I'm like, who's the opponent? He's like, oh, Icy Brown, right? And of the Mat Factory. And I'm like, oh, and he goes, oh, he's been in some of my brackets at local tournaments or whatever. Like, yeah, I'll do it. So then I share the story because I got tagged on Instagram in the story, but I didn't share it to my story yet. And it was 44 minutes from the post until I got to share it. And I'd be like, too late, nerds. Ethan Patton's got it.
Dude, I'm glad you brought this up because I don't think you said Ethan Patton. You said Patton's got it.
No, I said general. I tagged him. I just tagged him.
Okay, well, either way, I was like going through it quick or whatever. And I was like, that's weird. Patton is I don't think a blue belt anymore and like a pro fighter.
I said too late nerds, and then I tagged his Instagram.
I got you, but I just misread it and I saw Patton. And I
well,
thought
his Instagram is General Patton. That's his.
Okay,
Instagram
well then maybe that's what confused me, because
and
I'm
actually,
thinking
I had people hit me up. They're like, "Oh, who's this?" And I'm like, "Oh, he's a kid from Zealy or whatever." They're like, "Oh, not the real General Patton." I'm like, "Neither is Justin." You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, look, I'm sure they're not the only two. Like,
Right.
I'm sure anybody, I'm sure that the overwhelming majority of people with the last name Patton in combat sports use the nickname General.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's just like something that's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. Anyhow, he won his match. I didn't get to see it because it was like warm-up time for Rocky.
Right.
So then that brings us to the semifinals. Tanner ends up dropping his match to Justin Michael, and Alex ends up dropping his match to Jerry Rayburn. Justin Michael then goes on to beat Jerry Rayburn in a really good match in the finals. I didn't get to see that because that was during Rocky's fight.
Right.
We had one more competitor, James Neely, who's been on quite a tear lately. Many super fight wins in a row, where he wins his match against Doug Schmidt. He won with a shoulder clamp, shoulder lock. So yeah, and James Neely's just been on fire. James Neely, so I get to train with. He takes a lot of my classes, so I get to train with him on the nights that like I'm able to train after the classes. And dude, he's such a tough round. He is, because he doesn't understand, like, he's supposed to give up. You know, so like we'll be going right, and I'll do like some good stuff, right? Like, you know, maybe I get a takedown, maybe a guard pass, like, you know, like normal stuff, right? And then it's been like, you know, 4 minutes of this 6 minute round. It's like, okay, dude, now's where you like roll over, and you like just let me and he just comes forward. He just never stops attacking, and I'm like, dude, show me some respect, bro. Fucking lay down, right? No, but he always keeps coming. So very tough roll. And it shows in his competition. So that sets the stage though for this week's Who's Number One. We have two athletes on it. The aforementioned Javi Rodella. He'll be opening up the event, and then closing down the main event of the prelims will be Claire Butterfield. So like I said, guys, Flow Grappling, get your tickets. It's this Friday, Pittsburgh. We need to show them what's up. This is one of the top two promotions in the entire world who puts on grappling super fights. They elected to come to Pittsburgh, right? I've watched every Who's Number One event, and you know, like the crowds have been like okay, and I think we can really provide a really good crowd. So guys, let's get out there, let's pack it. Use promo codes MCB or Rodella, RODELA, for 15% off of your ticket purchase.
Let's go.
All right, what's next?
321.
321.
So that's what's coming up this weekend, correct?
Yep.
Sick. Max, can you bring up the card? We can start obviously with Aspinall gone. All right, so Mike, what are your initial thoughts on Aspinall gone?
I think Tom Aspinall is going to win.
Yeah, me too. I think that gone, you know, his ways to win are either by striking on the outside, which like I don't think anyone in the division should do with Tom, or B, getting slick submissions, right? Like he has that one heel hook, and like, you know, his grappling's whatever. He's not going to get that on Tom, right? I think
Tom has been heel hooked, but that was back on the regional scene.
Yeah, I think that Aspinall is like
has he
way
not?
ahead of everyone.
No, he is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That is his Achilles heel.
Yeah, I guess so. That's his only legitimate loss on his record.
Where are others two losses?
He has
his knee exploded against Curtis Blades.
Another leg lock.
No. It was he threw a kick and hurt his own leg.
Curtis Blades. That was a leg lock, dude. Look it up. Curtis Blades threw a kick and locked Tom Aspinall's foot to the mat as he turned his knee inward.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, here's the problem with you guys and leg locks, right? A leg lock, especially a twisting leg lock, it's just about moving the lower part of the leg differently than the upper part of the leg. Because, like, the knee, that's a hinge joint, okay? So it goes in one direction. So if you can rotate it or take it in the direction that it's not meant to go with, you can then finish via leg lock, right? So you can leg lock somebody by kicking the side of their
Dude,
leg.
I've seen plenty of people leg lock themselves throwing kicks with their foot totally flat.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just,
Well, that is actually so. Like all jokes aside, that is how a lot of like ACL tears occur in like soccer and basketball and even football. It's like
I didn't even think about that in real sports with cleats.
yeah, they plant and you go to make your cut,
Oh.
but your foot stays and the rest of your body goes. So it's just like it rotates your foot outward.
Yeah.
Right, and then that's where you get the tear from.
That's
You know?
exactly what it was when he fought Curtis. It's
I thought
Okay, no, for real though.
I thought it was the kicking leg that he hurt. Or was it the planted leg?
it was the planted one.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, I'm a
Oh,
big
he threw a kick.
Yeah, Tom
Aspinall threw a kick. Yeah.
Standard leg lock procedure. Okay, what's the other loss?
Yeah, the
DQ
other one
or something?
It's a DQ to a 12-6 elbow.
Oh, fake. Remove
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Remove it. Not real. Not real.
Fucking
he's-
too hard.
Here goes the thing. He did get heel hooked, and he did heel hook himself. So those are two legitimate losses. That 12-6 elbow, not a legitimate loss.
Thugging too hard.
Remove that. Yeah, I just thought, I don't know. I'm just not that into the heavyweight division. I think Tom Aspinall is going to win. I just
I'm really into this fight though because I do think that Aspinall is like one of the most skilled heavyweights we've ever seen, like just period.
does this make it out of the first round? As a fan,
I would have to say no.
are you going to put your money on that?
I don't really bet on
Put the
fights.
mortgage on it? Put the mortgage on it.
Yeah, why not, right?
What's that running at? Here, we're going to figure it out.
First round finish?
You guys carry Tom Aspinall by first round finish.
Another thing, actually, I think we should point out real quick, and we were talking about, we might make a little video about it, is that Gon beat Volkov to get here.
He did beat Volkov, and I, to my best knowledge, and I remember being very certain of it at time of fight and after fight. So like Volkov, everyone's Volkov got robbed, and I didn't think so.
Yeah, I think
Right.
after this pod, we should make that
video.
about it,
Yeah.
Mike,
So,
you're saying what are the odds on
Aspinall finishing
to
in the
win by
first.
KO, TKO, or sub in the first?
Yes. Did you find it?
No, I was gonna guess. You have a
Okay,
guess?
yeah, go ahead, guess. I'm
My
gonna look
guess
for it.
would be plus 300
There's maybe
on him on Aspinall
on
to
first
on
round.
Aspinall finishing in the first round.
All right,
I mean,
dude.
almost all of his fights are first round finishes. So like, I don't think it's gonna be
Yeah,
that
you
crazy.
know what, bro?
I think it's gonna be like minus 200 something
Minus?
no
Doesn't
way.
on Aspinall to get a finish in the first round.
If it's minus money, I'll give you $100.
Yeah, dude, there's no way it's minus.
Did
It's
you-
minus
did you-
380 just for him to win the fight in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But those odds like go down significantly. I'm guessing on DraftKings the further out of the first round. that you
I think
get.
it's like plus like 200 to 300. I don't think it's gonna be that crazy, but it's definitely plus money, dude.
Dude,
For a
I
first
cannot-
round finish?
it's like I'm not getting options for. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, sometimes like early on you can't see
I'm not
that.
getting options
Can you
for
just
it.
look
Or
it
is it
up
not
and see
there?
maybe like even if it's
Yeah,
not
I'll look it up, I'll
DraftKings,
look it
just
up.
like if anywhere is spitting out odds on that. Mike, what is like your best guess on what that like
First round for the finish
First
to be in
round
the
finish.
first round, I'm going to go like plus 550.
oh, so you're still plus obviously, but higher than I am.
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be that crazy because again, he does finish like in the first round all the time. So like I don't think the odds makers are gonna, be that lenient with it. But Max, you're definitely wrong.
It's right now. Odds checker has it at plus 190.
Okay, so I was
so
close.
closer to Will.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no way that they could bring a first round finish in at minus money.
Yeah, no.
I
one's
think if you're
taking that
going
bet.
to, it's going to be with Aspinall.
If you were going
You're
to,
talking
and-
I
about,
think it would
like-
have to be with Aspinall versus like a bantamweight
yeah,
amateur.
yeah, dude.
Like minus money, meaning, yeah.
I think any sort of like specific winning method. Have we ever seen them at minus? I mean,
for
they
one
must.
person or for both people?
What do you mean? Oh no,
Because I'd be willing to bet the
right.
Let me
I see
look
what you're
this
saying.
up.
Like, there's just a first round finish that could maybe be minus money on particular fights, but for one person, I can't see that ever being minus. The only thing I can think of is like a weird, like I don't know, like Husmir Palhares against some dude who has no jiu-jitsu or something. But like even that, I don't know.
Yeah, because like specifically a first round, like, dude.
Yeah, that's just nuts.
Yeah, so like, I mean, at a plus 190, I don't know. Might not be worth taking.
Yeah.
too low of odds.
All right, wait, I agree. I think Aspinall's going to win. I think he's better everywhere. Let's move on. I don't care.
Oh no!
This is for the title. This is a
know.
title fight.
I just saw that.
Give me Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah, I got Mackenzie Dern. But
So does that mean that? I mean, I'm assuming that means Wei Lee is vacating
Yeah,
to
she's
go
gonna
up
go
to
fight.
fight Valentina.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Oh, this is fun. I didn't know this was happening.
Ooh, I mean, obviously, I'm taking Umar.
Yeah, me too.
I think he gave Marab the closest fight. So
I agree. With that said, dude, Mario Batista is really good.
he is really good.
So
This
I'm
is a
excited
good
for this fight. But I agree. I think I got Umar.
fight. Yeah.
On to the
I
next.
definitely got Umar. They put Volkov on the card.
Dude,
against
this is a good fight. They have good heavyweights on this card. Volkov, I think, is like good for a heavyweight. And Almeida is getting tons of finishes. He's very explosive.
I'll take Almeida in this.
I'm leaning on. Yeah, I'll go Almeida as well. I kind of want to pick something different from you, but I got Almeida. Who else we got on this card? Anyone worth talking about? Oh,
Light
dude,
chicks.
some light heavyweights. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. Oh, wait, is that the guy who? Is that 205er? The guy who's just like crushes everybody?
I mean, he's undefeated. He's pretty good.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he's being a
Dude, hold on,
minus.
can you pull up his record? I can't remember if this is who I'm thinking of. Who did he fight? I think I am remembering this guy properly. This guy actually isn't bad.
Screw it, I'll take him.
Yeah, dude. Especially, was it the fight with Rakic or however you say his name? And was it like whoever he fought last? I remember just being like, dude, you have tools to win, but you're just not using those. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if his fight IQ is not great. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with that Russian dude.
It was Rakic who fought like Jiri or somebody.
Yeah, he fought Yuri at 300, and then he fought.
Was it Holberg or
No, he fought. I can't remember his name right now. Magomedov,
Full profile.
the guy that
as you
Pereira
say.
just beat for the.
Oh wait, no, it
for the
was
title.
Magomedov actually.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is.
He's on a 3-fight losing streak.
The Blachowicz
But-
one was an injury. He blew out. He heel hooked himself.
It's a legit move.
Just let people kick you. That's all it takes. Dude, that also, man, MMA fighters, generally speaking, are bad at kicking. If you're good at kicking and you fight MMA, use it. Is there anything else we're talking about on this card?
Let's just run down the rest of the prelim. Let's just look at him. We don't,
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Oh, the Iron Turtle, my dude. I remember he got fouled a bunch in his
the Iron
last
Turtle?
fight. Park.
John Young Park.
Yeah. He got fouled a bunch in his last fight and then just like came back and dominated. So like that was super sick. I'm excited for him.
They got Rebecca in here. He only does bloodbaths.
Oh,
And isn't this Klein dude good?
Yeah, he's good. He just lost to Gamrot, but that's like a legit loss.
Right. Actually, that could be a fun fight. Dude, this is kind of a good card. Oh, my man, Beast Boy.
Are you buying this pay-per-view?
I'm going to be busy during this card.
Oh, what are you doing?
Same thing you might be doing. We have a particular coach coming in, running a clinic. Sean Williams.
Yeah, that's at 3 o'clock.
Brother, what time do you think this is?
It's a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Is it
not in the
not at 10
States.
p.m.?
Main card. Ah, damn.
Main card starts at like noon or something.
Main card starts at 2 p.m. It's gonna suck.
Oh, yeah.
You better tell Sean to hurry up.
Yeah. I was like, what? We don't have fights this weekend.
Yeah, no, we got good coaching.
Keep scrolling down. Oh, leading off with Hasbrask.
Oh yeah, the
I like him.
Oh, against the that Australian kid. Oh, dude, this is a great card. Oh, this will be fun.
It's all right. Okay, cool. Go to our picks.
Yeah, dude. The whole time I was watching these fights, first off, I wasn't looking at my phone at all because I didn't know who'd won, and I didn't want to like ruin anything.
Yeah.
And
Were you trying to figure?
I was trying to remember who had
Max.
Oh,
044.
Come on, man.
044. Max. Are those are updated stats up there?
Yeah, these are all updated.
Oh, Mike pulling ahead.
Pulling ahead.
You know, I can't talk that much shit because I still got 3 of them wrong.
All right. So current Max went 0 for 4 this weekend. Will went 1-3. I went 3-1.
You know what though, dude? Honestly, Holland and Vera, the Vera fight was super close. So like, whatever. And Holland, man, there's an asterisk next to that fight. So I don't feel bad about my picks.
I agree. Max currently flirting with 500 with a 69-67 record. Will 75-61. So isn't that crazy how far away from 500 you are, Will? Like you would have to lose 14 picks in a row to end up at 500.
I think Max intentionally got that many losses because, with him being young and whatever, he's like, I gotta have 6-7 in my record.
But he's like in between the generations too, right? So he's like, oh, first 69?
Oh yeah.
and then six.
Yeah, he's getting all the funny numbers.
All those numbers.
I got all my favorites.
Yeah.
No, I just need
me,
to
like, big fan of Heinz ketchup, as you know. So 57 losses, and I'm just going to stick at that.
Right on. Just get 100% wins after this.
I was trying to get like some different picks than you guys to mix it up, and then this week I just gave up on that. I'm like, that didn't serve me well at all last week, so we're going with
what you actually think.
See, I feel good about my picks because RDR we all thought was going to win, and I very strongly thought he was going to win.
Will, we have the same picks.
And then
so Will, you can't catch up because you picked everybody the same as me, and I picked first on I think every pick I picked first.
Well, also these two I picked specifically to be different from you because it was a toss-up for me between Malott and Holland, and I don't feel bad about that. And again, I think that fight has an asterisk next to it, so like I don't feel bad about that at all. And Vera thinks that he won the fight. Again, I didn't watch it closely enough to have a strong opinion on it or not, but like it was very close, so like whatever. And I think that my reasoning was sound and why I picked those guys. So I don't feel bad about that at all. Max, I don't know what made you think that Jazavicius was going to beat Ferro, but
she's just cooler. She's a dog.
Yeah. Well, she got knocked out in the first round.
She got knocked out being a dog. All right, I'll take that.
All right. So we got 5 picks on the next card, so that's cool. So yeah, okay. Will, you have a game?
I do. So last time I introduced a little game. You guys seemed to dig it. And also, we got in some YouTube comments I saw where people were like, yo, play more UFC games. They're fun. So I was like... Oh,
really?
Yeah. So I was like, hey, we got to run it back. So I was like, all right, let's use the same structure, right? It was like very fun. But I was like, do we really want John Jones again?
No.
Nay. So this week, the game is as follows. Between Max, Mike, and Chael Sonnen, who is the best at?
Nice.
So
that's a good pick.
You guys know the rules. Get to a unanimous decision as fast as you can. If for whatever reason you guys can't, I'll move on at some point, but I think you guys get to it pretty quickly.
Okay.
All right. Number 1, trash talk.
Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, it's
you
Chael
can't
Sonnen.
beat. There's no way.
I think he's the best. I like his trash talk better than Connor's.
Oh, by far.
I like his style.
I think Connor's. They're just different styles, and like I think Connor's is accent heavy.
Yeah, and it's more cutting and like insult based, whereas Chael's is clever and like pro wrestling style, And
I feel like I wonder how I would like to ask like maybe like an Irish person how they view Connor's trash talk, and if they view it the same way we do, right? Like if you asked a Scouser how they view like Patty's,
right?
Because like he's a fucking mushroom, and we're like, oh my god, he called him a like you know what I mean?
Right.
They're probably like.
That's normal.
Like, is he still considered quippy and fast and witty over there, or is it just to us?
Or is it just us because the accent in the lingo?
Right, yeah. Is it actually good crack or is it not?
Dude, you know whose trash talk I think is like would be the best to get in someone's head is I always think it's underrated because I don't like him, but Dominic Cruz. Like that style of just like he's rage baiting.
Yeah,
he's the OG like rage baiter. He'd just be like, you have to the interview with TJ where TJ like doesn't know what to say. He just wants to fight. And Cruz is like, you have to talk to me, idiot. Keep talking. I love that.
Cruz, he does bother me personally, but as a fighter, he's incredible. Yeah, that is interesting. And actually, if you do want to get to the bottom of it, I have access to a lot of Irish dudes because Pogal is the like main Gaelic football dude in the city.
I would also need to get them away from like maybe their like nostalgia emotions of him too.
Well, he's got some like young guns who like probably maybe they grew up with Connor. I don't know, but either way,
the vibe that I get now is that a lot of Irish people don't mess with Connor.
Yeah, he like represents Ireland in MMA, and he's like obviously
like
falling apart. And like if I were Irish, I wouldn't want him to represent me. So like I get that too.
The general like Irish consensus is not very nostalgic.
Man, that's what they say. You either die the hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Oh, dude, fire line. That's Dark Knight, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's from one of the Batman movies.
I think it's...
Or maybe it's just like an old school
I
quote that they
think
put in the
it's-
Batman movies.
I don't know.
It's Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't know about the etymology of it.
I feel like it's not dark. I feel like they said it.
Does etymology work for phrases or just words?
I don't know, but I'm sure. Because when did The Dark Knight come out?
I want to say I was in like high school maybe.
I want to say 2009.
Yeah, I graduated in 09. So
Yeah,
that makes sense.
it seems like it's or 2008. It was written by Jonathan Nolan for the character of Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, on to the next one. Changing a tire.
I mean,
I feel like it's me.
I'm leaning you. Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
that my
I just feel
opinion
like
matters.
I don't think that like Chael can't change a tire. I just think that he probably hasn't.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think changed a tire more recently?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cutting weight.
I mean,
I heard you got pretty big.
I did get pretty big. I went from 199 to 154 in 6 weeks.
So one thing that I think that like
Yeah.
people need to understand about Mike, and people talk about how Chael like had a hard time making middleweight and like really push it. I'm sure he did and everything, but like people talk about like, oh, some of like the biggest heavyweights ever. They're like, yo, Gleison Tebow walked around at like 185. I'm like, dude, that's a light work. Mike was the biggest
Yeah.
lightweight, like period. Like
Yeah, I've
like,
heard
just
that
like
he
the
got.
world.
A
I was
lot of
pretty good at
people.
cutting weight.
Yeah.
A lot of people are surprised when I talk about how big I used to get when I fought Caruso.
Yeah.
I was like just over. I think it was 5 weeks out. I accepted the fight, and I was walking around at about 167, 168.
Yeah.
And I weighed 45.
Yeah.
For that fight, a lot of people are surprised by that just because I don't look very big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
dude, what are you doing getting that chubby, bro?
I was chubby
You're a
for a while.
meatball.
I was a little meatball for a while. But
Well, the other thing about Mike is that like, so like, I cut weight pretty well, but like I would complain the whole time. I'm like, this sucks. Mike wouldn't complain. He would just be like thugging it out. And one time we were in a sauna and AJ and I had to go in and out and like take turns watching him because I just couldn't stay in that long.
Yeah.
That honestly, I don't know if you guys did that on purpose or whatever.
No.
But that helped me.
I'm glad it
Like
helped
when it was
you.
getting hard because like, so in my head, first off, I don't like cutting in a sauna. I prefer
Yeah.
to cut in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Right. That's my preferred because like you just feel like you can like catch some like air. You don't feel like you're suffocating.
Right.
as
yeah,
much.
yeah.
So we had to cut in the sauna for this, and it was like, yeah, I'd say this one was my hardest cut.
I agree.
Even coming from, I don't even know what I started. I probably started at like 74, 70,
Yeah.
something like that. It's okay. It's we're 24 hours out. It's time to go in the box. Like for the first time, I was probably like about 19 over.
Yeah.
But like when we're in there and like I'm struggling like while I'm in there and stuff, and when they would break, it made me feel better. You know,
Well, just know that was not intentional at all.
Like-
I was thugging it out as much as I
it
could.
crossed my mind. I was like, are they doing this because like they know it's firing me up? Right, you know what I mean, and like I was like, don't even think that, or else it's gonna lose. It's like,
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah,
doing it,
power.
Yeah.
it's gonna lose it, right? But yeah, like they would just like be like one would come in for like 10 minutes, bounce out, the other would come in for 10 minutes, like, oh, I gotta get out, boom, 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 and I'd just be fucking dogging it up.
Yeah. So what's your consensus, boys?
I think me.
I think Chael was never like a massive
Yes,
I
he
for
was.
his weight
I
class.
specifically remember one time where he was doing his media workout, and he was like, I have 20 pounds to go for weigh-ins the next day.
Also, he said after the second Silva fight, he was like, I'm never getting to 185 again. Win, lose, draw. Like, it just doesn't
I was
matter.
thinking. I'm thinking 205. I'm not thinking middleweight. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
But
under the
I still
impression
give,
it's
I
big.
give, well, I mean, I say we cut similar amount of weight, except it was a much larger percentage of my
Exactly.
body, and I thugged it out harder.
Agreed.
So
Not that it matters what I think. I'm not part of the game, but
Yeah. Okay. I'll give it to Mike.
Mike, it is. All right. Can you
Well,
wait?
wait. We're gonna see how Max handles going down to 125.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We're 25 or 35.
You didn't know?
25 flyweight.
Oh, that's the plan now.
We accepted.
So if someone said yes.
Demetrius Johnson.
All right. Next activity: doing taxes.
Holy shit, dude! I mean, we can't do this one.
On to the next one. I just thought it's funny
It's
with
Max.
Chael being the bad guy.
The one thing I know is that it's Max.
All right, I'll take it.
All right, it's got to be Max.
Okay.
Fucking Christ, bro! Gonna get us all put away.
Getting out of a speeding ticket.
Not me.
That's me.
Yeah.
Well, it might be Chael.
Who knows?
Because Chael. Yeah, I'm
he's
gonna
a
go to
gangster.
Chael. He's more famous. He's very famous. he's probably only driving in Westland, Oregon, where he's like
running the town,
like basically like running the town.
And he's a smooth talker.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chael, but I do have so I do have some like things.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
I got a couple. I haven't been able to talk my way out.
Yeah, I got some stuff that I'm just like, hey, look at this. And I'm like, all right, give you a warning. Like, thanks.
All right, next activity. So most of these were new, but I do have one or two repeats. This is one of them. Wrestling trivia.
Definitely
Chael.
me. It's definitely me.
Really?
Yeah, and do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Chael Sonnen chronically he goes on FRL, which is my favorite podcast. He goes on, I don't want to say regularly, but he makes like at least an appearance a year. And when he's on, it's amazing, right? But he gets stuff wrong the entire time. And one of my favorite Chael things of all time, now nobody else will know this because it's wrestling specific, but he talks about, it was like lauding up Kyle Dake, and like he's like, oh, like how great of a wrestler he was, and he's like, yeah, he beat Reese Humphrey in the NCAA finals as a true freshman. That was a semifinal match, right? He beat Montel Marion in the finals as a true freshman, and the Flow guys call him out. They're like, oh, that was the semis, and he's like, no, it was the finals. I'm sure it was the finals. And they're like, no, Reese Humphrey never made an NCAA final. He beat him in the semis, and then he goes, no, that might have been another year, but this year it was and it was like, no, because Kyle Dake did a one weight class per year. Remember, like that's what he's famous for. Is he won it at 41, 49, 57, 65. He went up a weight every year and still won. And they're like, no, it was, and Chael's like his like drop the mic bar. He was like, oh, well, there's no way to find out. Right? Like we don't have brackets. He was like, you know what? He was like, the unfortunate thing is there's just no way to find out. Yeah.
Chael's so funny, dude. All right, so Max,
I when it comes to like memory stuff, I'm not gonna bet against Mike. I'll give it to you. You're probably right on that one.
Like
for what it's worth, I am fully on board with Mike.
This is not me like trying to like big ups myself. Like I know I'm. If we did Jeopardy, right? Like if you got like pre-2000 era, like he's probably gonna be able to certain questions. He's probably gonna beat me because like that's his era,
right,
or whatever. But like
overall, I think you got him for sure.
Okay.
All right, unanimous. All right, next one.
I haven't got any yet. I'm annoyed by this.
No, you got the taxes.
Yeah, okay.
All right, next one. Cooking.
Does Chael cook?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen him cook.
So it comes down to just me and you. Did we do this with John Jones?
That was grilling.
Can you cook?
I mean, I can grill, which is cooking, but like other than that, like not really.
I feel like grilling, it's like its own separate category because we did that as a question last week.
Okay. What is the best dish that you cook? What if you were having me and Will over and you were like trying to be like, yeah, I want them to think that I'm a good cook. What are you cooking?
I can like follow any kind of recipe, but the thing that I feel like I can have like, I like the way that I make sandwiches. I feel like I can make a good sandwich.
You know what?
So
if you can make a good sandwich, that's very important because I know you make a fantastic sandwich.
Yeah.
And you know what? I feel like I don't make a good sandwich. I feel like I make like a bare bones type of sandwich. My sandwich will get you by.
It'll do.
Right? But it's not like going to be like, oh, man.
I
don't
make sandwiches,
want another one.
I make sandwiches you'll like tell people about.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I'm that level, but I can make a good sandwich.
It took me many decades to get there, so
yeah.
You've got time.
If you are not trying to argue that it's me, I'm willing to say that it's you.
I don't know anything about Chael's ability to cook.
I just feel like he doesn't cook.
That's what I imagine.
I feel like he has somebody who cooks for him.
Yeah, okay, he's got the help.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm taking that.
Yeah,
all right, Max, you got cooking. All right, next one. Remembering someone's name after sparring them once.
Me. I can do that. I can do that really well.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
You not putting Chael in this?
Oh, Chael is going to... Okay, hold on. Time out. No,
he says a lot of bad he just says a lot of... Chael just says a lot of stuff that's not right, and it's okay because it's Chael, but it's still not
that's
right.
The thing. Like he's gonna mispronounce your name. So am I, though. Like that's the thing because like, what were we saying? So Katie was like, didn't she send us like a Chael thing? And it was like, oh, this is how.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with
Especially if we're doing like pronunciation in there too. I can pronounce people's names.
I just imagined
I'm burnt.
I just imagined you and Chael both being in the the Key and Peele substitute teacher skit.
Yeah.
I imagine Chael being up there like, hey, Ron. All right, next activity. Oh wait, what was the consensus there?
Max.
Okay.
I like that one.
All right, next one. Karaoke.
Tequila.
Dude, we've had karaoke conversations on the podcast before. This isn't the first time karaoke's come up.
Let's run it back. All right, so what's your go-to karaoke song?
Last time this came up, I said "Homecoming" by Kanye.
Oh yeah,
because we talked about the whole Chi-Town type thing, right? But I got a couple. I feel like I could do "Sun Toucher" by Groove Armada. I could do that. That's like a longer one. It's got some style to it.
You got multiples.
I could do. There's a couple I could do.
I'll give it to you then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my first pick's gonna be tequila.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Around the World by Daft Punk.
So I love that neither of you thought Chael might be a front runner in this.
I can't imagine Chael singing.
I keep forgetting about the third.
Dude,
person.
we still think that's what makes it fun.
I can't imagine Chael singing like a song though.
I like
feel
you
he has
said
a
it, and then I was like,
singing
oh
voice.
yeah. Forgot about Chelsea.
But also,
I'm gonna go Max.
Yeah.
All right, I got some now.
Dude, we need to get a team karaoke night going.
Okay.
I think we should do that.
All
All right, next one. This is another one from last week. 40-yard sprint.
We also agree that I would beat Max in a 40.
I mean, Max, you can think what you want, but like, yeah, I would say so.
I'm gonna think that I can beat Chael in a 40.
I would think so, but
Yeah,
my opinion doesn't
I
matter.
certainly think
Max,
so.
you're looking like you're not so confident over there about his answer. What are you thinking? You fast?
I haven't run in a while, but I used to be.
Okay.
Did you ever
I
run
would
track
have to-
for college?
Not for college, for high school I did.
Okay.
For a little bit, yeah.
What events did you run?
100 meter.
Oh, you were a sprinter. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was.
What
also-
times were you hitting?
I mean, I was chubby. I wasn't doing great times, but
Yeah,
I was
you weren't doing great. There's no way.
no, but I was also like, I was trucking along. I was just a thick little boy, you know.
Yeah, listen,
Mike's legit fast.
Yeah, no, but there's no way. Do you,
I was fast like when I was younger, and then I put a little
Do
bit
you
of weight,
think that
slowed
you?
down.
Okay,
I think I could
we're talking
compete
about
now.
like who's gonna win. in
but
a 40.
right now,
Listen,
I think I could compete.
You think you can beat me right now?
Bro, I don't think there's a chance. I
In
don't
a
think
40,
it's even close.
you know, in a 40, no.
Dude, I don't think there's any sprint that Mike
in a
doesn't smoke
200,
you
I
in.
think I could.
In a 200.
200, yeah.
No, I think I still got you in a 2.
I can accelerate really well. I'm just not as explosive.
then
off
if it's
the
shorter
jump.
is better.
Shorter would be better.
No.
If you can
Max,
accelerate really
physics?
well.
Because you're gonna beat me. You're gonna get 20 yards on me in that
Well,
first
that would
go.
be the acceleration.
Yeah.
That's who's getting to their top. Acceleration is who's getting to their top speed faster.
But I mean, by the time I start to like feel good, it's already gonna be over. It's only 40 yards. I'm saying if I
So then your acceleration is slow.
Yeah.
sure, maybe I used the wrong word then.
Yeah.
I'm saying if
So you're
it's a
saying that you
if it's
have
a 200, I think by the second 100 I can start to put it on.
Yeah. But don't you think I'll just be gone already?
No.
Do you think you could beat Jonas in a race?
Do you
In
think
a
you beat me in a
race?
race? Do you think you beat me in a race?
I don't know. I've never seen
I'm
you
pretty
run.
fast.
I'll take your word
I'm
for
really
it.
fast. I'm like slow for an athletic guy, but really fast for a non-athletic guy. But like I'm pretty fast.
I feel like you got like a
I feel like
It's
I would
like
smoke you if I'm
gazelle
being honest.
build.
No disrespect, but I think I would smoke you.
in what?
In anything under 200, maybe 100, somewhere around there. Maybe even 200.
So
I have pretty good
we're
endurance.
still talking 40 for you and me too.
Yeah, I think I would smoke you in that.
Yeah, I'd say 40. You probably have.
Okay,
I don't
so
think
for
I can
what it's
beat you in
worth-
a 40.
Okay, if you think that I would beat you in that, Mike smokes me, and I'm pretty
No,
fast.
I think Mike beats me in a 40. I'm
All right,
arguing a
I'll take
different
it
type of shit.
And I think I'm beating Chael as well.
right on.
You have heard the story
Chael
of
doesn't look fast.
the fight team sprints
Yeah.
at the park.
Yeah, I've heard about
I got
this.
surgery the next morning.
Yeah.
I was doing it with a torn knee, and we were doing 60s. Mm-hmm. We were doing 60s, and I would start at the end, right? And I'd win the first couple or whatever, and then we're like doing one more, and I wanted to show off, so I was on the end. Everybody's running a 60. I probably ran probably like 80.
Yeah.
I cut across horizontally in front of everyone during the sprint.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
And again, it's not like the rest of us are slow.
Remember we used to do the chase, the tag game?
Oh yeah.
The tag game, we used to do this where you lay down on your stomach and then someone lays down on their stomach behind you.
Yeah.
And then like you pop up and you have to run it, you have to tag them.
Yeah, I remember seeing clips of that. Like when I was like right before I joined the fight team, I remember seeing clips of people playing that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do any games anymore.
We don't have the gym is too square. I mean, Zealy, we could do it in Zealy, but the gym's too square now. There's not like, it's like it was more rectangular back then to where there was like a long way.
All right, so 40-yard sprint, that's going to Mike.
I'll give Mike 40 yards.
On to the next one. This one's fairly general. Playing video games.
Oh God, I gotta go Max.
Me.
I don't think Chael Sonnen plays video games.
Yeah, Chael doesn't. He doesn't have
go
time
Max.
for video games.
Right on. Fantasy football.
I mean,
Mike.
I'm gonna go me. I don't think Chael Sonnen is playing fantasy football.
All right, next one. Arguing online.
Me.
Yeah, I got Max.
Me.
Max or Chael?
Yeah, Chael would be an interesting one. But I feel like arguing online, I can just talk to you, or I can like type comments and stuff. Chael would have to like send you like video messages. He would like set up his camera and sit there.
That might be
and talk
something
to
though.
you
Like
about
that
it.
might give him the.
But I'm saying I could do both.
Also, depending on how
can't
you
do
guys want to
one.
define arguing, I feel like Chael is going to make a statement and just let that sit. Whereas I feel like Max would get more back and forth. So depending on how you guys want to like, you guys can
So
be like, hey,
then
Mike
I would
drop.
say the more back and forth. I'll go Max.
I can be right. I can argue logic. I can just
like,
rage bait.
Chael's gonna say his piece and then that's it.
Yeah.
Your rebuttal means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still play the UFC video game. Argue with people all the time on there.
Yeah, you
I'm
got
well
reps.
experienced at this.
You got reps.
I got reps.
All right. Arguing online goes to Max. All right. Next one. Remembering movie quotes. Which, given that you just got it from Dark Knight, I'm leaning Max.
I'm gonna go Max.
But do you guys think that
I
maybe
don't think
Chael is
Chael
watching?
remembers. Shit,
I don't think he remembers things properly. Chael just says stuff and it's wrong, but it's okay because it's Chael.
He would just make up movie
Who's
quotes.
the arbiter of truth on these on remember? Like who's like
Right. Yeah. He'd be like, well, there's no way to know. So
there's no way to know.
Chael can just say shit.
All right. So who are we saying then?
Max.
Okay,
right,
Max,
right.
it is. All right. Next one. Winning a spelling bee.
But it ain't gonna be me. Whenever I don't know how to spell a word, if I'm texting, I voice it. Like I'll be like, definitely.
That makes so much more sense now. Certain messages, it would be like, I'm like, why is there like, it's like normal, right? And then like 4 spaces, a word, 4 spaces. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? It required so many spaces.
Okay. So now it comes down between Max and Chael. Who would win in a
I
spelling
like
bee?
my odds on that.
I'll go with Max.
Okay, cool. All right. Next one. This is going to be a tough one. Being undefeated.
Hold on, let's go back to the spelling bee. I feel like Max would do really well in a spelling bee. I feel like he would. All right, look, he's wearing glasses and everything. Right? I feel like if you like gave Chael like a word that was too hard, right? Like okay,
question the legitimacy of the word,
or one he didn't know, right? If you're like, so you pretend you're the spelling bee guy and you're giving me a word and I'm Chael, right? And I want you to give me the word like coward or punk or something.
Okay. The word is. Can I just use coward?
Yeah,
The word is coward.
coward. MAX.
Yeah.
That's what he would do.
Yeah.
And then he'd look at you like you're stupid for not understanding.
Yeah.
He's like, I want
And
you to
they'd be like
understand.
incorrect, and he'd be like, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to tell you that you're actually wrong." And you know that no matter what he was gonna say, he would ask for all of the like, clarification.
Yeah.
Like, use it in a sentence, please. Can you tell me the etymology of the word? Just like keep
I
going
feel
through
like
it.
he would also be like the etymology. Could you please use language of origin or whatever?
Yeah, whatever it is.
Then he'd be like, how do you spell and spelling? Like he would try.
Yeah, he
try,
would.
like spelling. And they'd be like, you got us.
Dude.
All right, okay.
All right, next one. Being undefeated.
I mean, I've watched Max lose. Max has watched me lose.
Yeah.
None of us have ever seen Chael lose.
Never happened. Never
Yeah,
happened. All right.
I can't recall.
You got how many more do you got?
One more.
One more.
The last one. Debating who the MMA GOAT is.
Winning the debate or performing in the debate?
That's up to you guys to decide.
That's a
If
good
it's
question.
winning the debate, it's not me. If it's performing in the debate, it's also not me. I would say it's going to be Chael, The reason I think
it's definitely gonna be Chael because he was arguing
there's John or there's not John Jones.
And then they were like,
so he's already wrong.
They were like, okay, if it's not John, then who is it? He goes, well, I don't really know. And I'm like, dude, you could have just made something. Like I can argue for that. I could be like Anderson Silva. Look at this run, yada yada, whatever.
But
GSP.
if we're not operating in the world of like truth and reality, I can play that game with Chael too, where we're both just going to be like, oh, it's Anderson or oh, it's GSP.
No, like based off of your argument.
I was trying to argue truth and reality. And if we're doing it with Chael, I'm like, oh, fuck it. Then I'll just
even
say
when you were arguing truth and reality, though, your argument was that John Jones is not the GOAT. And it's like, well, then who is? And you're like, I don't know. So your argument was more so that there is no GOAT?
No, I think if I was going against Chael, my argument would be...
No, just tell me who's your MMA GOAT.
Is it Chael? Because then you and Chael might tie. He'd be like, well, it's me because I'm the only one who's ever been undefeated.
I would start arguing and challenging the structure of like what are we looking for in a GOAT? What are we looking for there?
You set the structure.
That's a poor way to go about it because Chael's going to be like, I win all of those too.
Well, no. Hold on, no.
Is Chael just arguing himself as the GOAT?
This is about Max not being good at like why it's not Max.
Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So yeah, who's the MMA GOAT? Would you like to know the structure and what we're using?
Sure.
You tell me the structure we're using.
So I think it's skill, resume, accomplishment, all of those things out of, you say the top guys, it's like Anderson, John Jones, GSP.
So who's the number one?
Out of the number one out of those three guys is going to be John Jones. The factor is like, do you count?
Bro, are you kidding me, dude? You just, like, this whole thing was that you said John Jones was not the GOAT.
No, I think that if you have to pick a GOAT, it's going to be John. But
okay.
Then what was your argument?
Let's move on.
Okay,
We're done here. We're done here. All right. That's it for this episode. That was a good way to end. All right, guys. This episode 102. I don't know, dude.
We're done.
We're flabbergasted. Bye.